Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. I just thought I would go ahead and do this one live. But this is just the official list of our different winners. So, as many of you know, throughout the week when I posted our first round of the Zodiac videos, we were talking all about manifestation. And then I said, in honor of the fact that I'm just celebrating my Aries, this is the week that I got him 4 years ago. And so just to kind of keep some good positive vibes and to celebrate a little bit, I wanted to do something special today. So we went live a couple times, but also in those other Zodiac videos throughout the week, you guys had the opportunity to just drop a comment, and then I randomly selected somebody out of each one of those Zodiac videos to get a five card fictional storytelling. So bear in mind, they are, of course, fictional stories. I am not a psychic. I am a storyteller. But here's our list of winners. For the Virgo winner, it's Courtney Jade. The Libra winner is Dennis Mangels. The Capricorn winner is Kayla. The Leo winner is Jenna Stein. The Pisces winner is Disabled Barbie. Ophiuchus winner is NoorA. The Aries winner is Katie Lesher. The Sagittarius winner is Sarah Align. The Taurus winner is Chastity Harris. The Aquarius winner is lizziebehere. The Scorpio winner is Michelle Tressel. The Gemini winner is Luminita Dragomir. And the Cancerian winner is James Oconnell. So I'm going to do each one of these, and then I will timestamp for each one of those winners as well. So I just thought I would read the list first so that you can decide if you want to listen to this or not, knowing now, who the winners' names are. But congratulations to everybody. Thank you, everyone who is a part of my channel. Thank you for celebrating Aries' birthday. And this is just my way to do something a little extra and give back something fun. So with that in mind, now let me begin. So 148, I'm going to pull a card for Courtney Jade. Courtney Jade, you are the Virgo winner. Thank you for being a part of my world, my channel. My finger landed on you, so I'm going to do a 5-card fictional storytelling for you. We have the Moon card, Piscean energy. Starts out with somebody who could be, she's dancing in the moonlight, number one. It's a great card as far as that goes. We have love. We may have love that she doesn't realize is coming yet. She might just be busy loving her life, not realizing that there's a heck of a lot more. We have the World card. We have got the entire world at her fingertips, a door that's about to open, a doorway to love, to adventure. And when I say love, this could be falling more in love with one's life. This is somebody who has got, I feel like she's got a lot on the horizon that she may be very unaware of. She's going to find out. We got 8 of Pentacles and we have the Hanged Man. We begin and end with Pisces, like little bookends. Pisces is the great dreamer. It's the like murky, ethereal, silvery, moonlit. This is wonderful. We have, I would say in this storyline, what we have is a character who can literally make almost anything in their life happen. They subconsciously, I think, manifest from their emotions. They could be like an empath who's really good at manifesting things just by feeling them. They could particularly be somebody who likes to dance, and when they dance, it's like their mind goes someplace else and they start to create because it's an expression of love. That's an expression of joy. I think that somehow is bringing our character like to the kind of like to the threshold of the next chapter of their life. I think that every day our character gets a little closer to some next exciting adventure. Now, this could be to travel. This could be that somebody is an artist or a photographer. They like to go out and take pictures. They could be somebody who's on the cusp of going someplace because they've been looking at pictures in magazines and books and places that they've wanted to see. But all of this says somebody's been waiting for her to arrive on the scene. Whether this is like a new friendship, a new career path, somebody that she's supposed to meet is up ahead. And it could be as she continues to kind of like manifest the next doorways that she'll walk through that will be joyful walkthroughs. This is not somebody manifesting problems and issues in their life. This is somebody manifesting the best next chapter for themselves. I don't know if there's like a really lovely cobalt blue, if that's like a favorite color, or if there's something about, I don't know, I see a lot of blue here, here, and here. So, and obviously I'm a big fan of blue because I have a blue healer. So I love the color blue. Blue is a color of wisdom. But I just feel like she's very much like an ethereal but earth creature who has some kind of like real interests, whatever she works at, whatever things she chooses to do, whether it's a hobby or whether it's a career path. it seems like it's expanding and pushing her onto new adventures, and that will bring her to just where she's supposed to be. Something else that's been like held preciously and just waiting for her to arrive. A big dream, a big goal, maybe meeting the perfect life partner or meeting the perfect job and career path, but it's been preserved just for her. And her, it seems like what she is gravitating toward with all this positivity is bringing her closer and closer to that. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I love that one. Thank you again, Courtney Jade. All right, next up, the Libra winner coming in at 5:30 is Dennis Mangels, or Mangels. Please forgive me, Dennis, if I just botched your name. Let's go ahead and get into this. I'm just going to do a 5-card fictional storytelling for you. Thank you so much for being a part of my world. Ooh, we just got the Ace of Wands. Hang on. We've got an Ace of Wands. I think everything ended up upright. We've got the Hermit. It's a strong Virgo. We have got the Action of Wands. Okay, so we have tons of inspiration. We have somebody who is really intelligent, but they go internal, and it's like they have a spark of an idea, and then they like turn it over in their mind, and they workshop something, the way they think about stuff, and they pull up other like talents and gifts, and they I feel like this person thinks about things quietly when they have this divine inspiration, and then they start taking physical action in their external world. And then we have the Spirit of Cups, and we have the Star. Okay, the way our characters manifesting and what they seem to be manifesting is, first off, coming from their own unique, incredible talents. This is hi, Nikki. This is a very incredibly talented individual. They could have a lot of fire sign, or that's just like when they get an idea, it's like that divine spark is just lit. They could be somebody who, when they get this great plan, wherever it comes from, whatever connection they have, that where they tap into the divine. I feel like this person is like part philosopher, part tinkerer, part like designer, engineer, part artist, all rolled into one, and they get these divine inspirations. I would say it's a very cerebral, very intelligent person who has like the know-how to look at something, see like, hey, there's a need for this product or this item or something, and I just had this idea of how I could develop something that would make this work, make this better. I have this passion, I have this idea. Let me think about this. Let me chew on this for a little bit. Let me look at it from the practical point of view. And I feel like they get into their head sometimes, and they don't tell anybody else what they're working on, because that's where some of their best thoughts come from. It's when them and their creative brain meets their really logical, really mechanical brain. And once they've thought it out, then it's like, okay, go time. And I kind of feel like this is this person who could go from nobody knows what to expect from them. I feel like this person surprises people a lot because they don't show what's going on up here. And then one day they just, I got to go to the store, and they go buy some things, and they come home and they start making something. And it's like, oh my God, this is freaking amazing. How did you learn how to do this? When did you decide to do this? Where'd you come up with the diagram, the plans, the engineering for this? And this person's like, I've been thinking about it. I feel like that's how this character operates. This, as just a side note, anytime we see somebody who's like intelligent and creative like this, that's a very attractive combination. We have a Queen of Cups here. That's what the Spirit of Cups is. We have somebody who may just absolutely either be falling for this person because of their incredible brain, or somebody who is falling in love with them, or somebody who's like, damn, that you're one in a billion. And they are a star. Look, the sky is filled with stars, but we all kind of have our favorite one, don't we? You know, when I look up at the star, I know exactly where my eyes go first. It's the same every single time. You know, as much space as there is, and as many stars as there are, we still have like our the ones that we really pay attention to. And I feel like this character is a star, but I feel like they're a star in someone else's eyes as well. Somebody who has got a great deal of love for them, somebody who has a great deal of respect for them. This could be a divine feminine who could be kind of soft-spoken, somebody that doesn't say too much, but she doesn't miss anything either. And there's this element of like, wow, that talent, that quiet strength, that intelligence that's very, very, very attractive. Now, at some point, these two may have some great conversation on the horizon as well. But this is all about like, kind of like what's being manifested, some beautiful ideas, some beautiful growth in life, maybe developing something, being really excited about, like workshopping something, and then being recognized for that talent, that gift, and being admired for it. Very beautiful energy on that. All right, next up, we're going to go to Capricorn. 10, 11. Our Capricorn winner is Kayla. Kayla, thank you so much for being here. All right, Kayla, I'm going to do a 5-card fictional storytelling here all about manifestation. And wow, those came out fast, like really fast. Okay. It ends with the High Priestess, by the way, but I'm doing this in the reverse. Apparently, this is so weird. We have a 3 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Swords prior to that. We have the Ace of Wands prior to that. And we have the Star. Okay, our character is all about healing. But you know how we started at the back and then we're working like right to left? It's just because of the way these cards came out and the way I picked them up. I have this thing where I like to keep them in the order that they come out. Don't ask me why, but that's how I like to do it. So the fact that I just did this all in the reverse, to me, that's very unusual. So I'm going to say that our character could be... when I say starting at the end, our character might be saying, I know what I am. I'm an empath. And because I know what I am, I'm an empath. It means let me think about everything from that acknowledgement. Whatever has just happened in my life, let me look at it from an empath's view. It means I feel, I absorb. I also know a heck of a lot more than what I let on. I can see the writing on the wall long before things come to pass. And I'm pretty good at understanding my motive, other people's motives. I can sense an awful lot. So let me first acknowledge those are some of my gifts, some of my talents. Okay, now with that understanding, let me start at the beginning and say our character is like able to talk to themselves and say, I've been working on healing. By the way, I always look at this as like Beetlejuice, or somebody who likes Beetlejuice, somebody who's got kind of like an edgy style. Maybe they do like stripes. Maybe there's, pinstripes that they decorate with, or they've got some striped, top or shirt. This always makes me think of somebody who likes Beetlejuice, Addams Family, that kind of, kind of like the gothic, like almost Morticia, like elegant, sexy, some particular kind of swag. I feel like whatever our character's style is, they really shine in it. If this is like a makeup artist or somebody who they just know how to put themselves together in their very unique flavor. But they also are somebody who is focused on manifesting healing. And they're very specific about what they decided to heal. In this case, our character has chosen to really focus on healing from a heartbreak. But I was heartbroken by someone who was heartbroken. And because of that, I know I don't want to deal with someone else's, oozing wounds, but I still care about that person and I want them to heal. But I, in turn, also want to make sure that I'm healed enough to not necessarily, tango with somebody when they're still obviously in a healing phase. I am going to still be a friend to them, but I'm also going to bring other people, other light into my life. Why? Because I am an empath. And as an empath, I know not to merge my emotions into somebody else's, because their heartbreak can become mine. I can care so deeply and so much that I could also step into the realm of I'm going through their wounds with them or for them. No, I'm an intelligent empath. I know how to keep a little bit of distance with the star, because the star can be remote, but I can also facilitate someone else's healing by not letting my own self get into deep with them. But I can still appreciate, value, allow myself to enjoy someone's company for what it is without getting myself wounded, and still wish them the best. And I can still love my life as I'm doing all this. The very intelligent empath, if that's what they are manifesting for themselves, I feel like this person is going to be able to really exhibit the most compassionate traits with boundaries, and love people right where they're at without expecting more or less of them. And also being able to I feel like this person is so good at understanding the human condition. By the way, we did have strong Pisces, Cancer, Virgo on that. And I just feel like and Aquarius also. But I feel like this is a character who's like, they really, with those major arcana for the bookends, I feel like they have total control over their emotions, their thought processes. Very intelligent character when it comes to like emotional intelligence. Quite nice. Oh, Kayla, you were here. That's awesome. How perfect. Thank you for being here, love. All right. And good to see everybody. Patricia, Nikki O, Teresa. Awesome to see you guys. All right. So next up, our Leo winner coming in at 1514 is Jenna Stein. All right. So Jenna, let me go ahead. And Jenna, I am going to do a 5-card fictional storytelling here. We will see what we've got. It's all kind of about manifestation. Hang on. We need one more card. We'll go through those in just a second. One more. Oh, you got 2 more. We got to keep them. Ooh, okay. Hang on. Let's start at the very beginning. We have got the Ace of Wands. We have got the 4 of Pentacles. We've got the 6 of Wands. We got the Knight of Coins. And then we got the 2 of Cups along with, I mean, this is a big old energy shift. Look at all the reds, all the deeper tones, and then that when I said, oh, we need one more card, and then we get 2, and they're both in the same color tone, the cool, the calm, the, blue, the emotional. We got that Knight of Swords. This is fast moving with some kind of like really satisfying emotional merging going on. So what our character seems to be manifesting, it to me looks like 2 different chapters, right? This character seems to be manifesting, first off, excitement and passion, but coupled with I'll say the awareness of how much to give and how much to pause on. Being excited about something, but tempering it with like, yes, but let me take a look at how much can I afford to invest. Let me think about this with critical thought processes. Let me evaluate how much I can stand to give to a situation. And then let me even slow my roll. Let me slow this down. Consider who I'm dealing with. Meet somebody where they're at. See where their capabilities are. Let's put this in the context of a character who wants to manifest having like the best roommate ever. And they have a good friend and it's like, oh man, it'd be awesome to live with this good friend of mine. But then it's like, oh, but let me think about this. On one hand, they're not always the best with their money management. On the other hand, they're kind of going through a tough time. Maybe they're not sure if they're going to, make up with a partner or if they're really going to need a place to live. Maybe instead of me counting on them moving in, let me just wait and see how this plays out. I'm going to manifest waiting until something looks solid, because ultimately this could all work out, but it needs to be stable first. So I think that we have a character that is like manifesting something that they want, but that having the self-control to say, but it's okay if I can't have it right now. Do I have a great idea? Do I think this could work? Yes, but the timing has to be just right. And I'm not saying this has to be about a roommate. This could be about anything. This could be about career path. This could be somebody who has this great idea. I really want to work in this industry. I really want to invest in this, but I think I need to slow my roll. I need to do some prep work first. I need to let some things play out. I need to get some stability first. I need to see some things that make me believe when the time is right, then I'll go ahead and do this. So this is not a character abandoning anything. This is a character using self-control to make sure that they don't leap into something that maybe isn't fully formed yet or isn't ready yet, whether that's a partnership, whether that's a friendship, whether that's a business. It's great to have an idea, and it's also great to be level-headed. And I just feel like this is very level-headed. Now, in a whole nother area of life, we have a character that is turning more of their attention to emotional bonds and allowing things that actually are working really well, like good communication between themselves and another person. They may be fostering more of that by manifesting more of it. Like, you know what? Honestly, I'm feeling very open. I'm feeling like if I meet somebody or if I engage with somebody that is also equally as emotionally open, I could see us really expediting how we get to know each other because we're open books. And when we feel safe and we're really willing to open up our energy and our heart, that's what I'd like to bring into my life. I want to feel open and comfortable with someone, and I want them to feel comfortable with me. And it's amazing how sometimes when we have that energy of, you know what, I'm I'm not afraid to like open up my emotions and let somebody see the real me. It's amazing how that can make other people drop their guards too. But it's so funny because on the other side, when it comes to like business related stuff, this person's like, oh, no, I don't just open up, just roll with stuff. I want to take time when it comes to other things that I'm not as sure about the stability. But when it comes to like emotionally getting to know somebody, I can definitely do that. Doesn't mean I'm moving in with them, doesn't mean I'm giving them my whole heart, but I can definitely like bond to somebody, get to know them deeply, like let them get to know me. It's probably because this character is pretty strong. They have a strong sense of self. They know who they are. They're not ashamed of themselves. It's a really great, powerful energy for a character to be in. All right, I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you again so much for being here. All right, next I am going to Pisces, and our Pisces winner coming in at 2043 is Disabled Barbie. All right, so here we go. Thank you so much for being here, my dear. We're going to do a 5-card fictional storytelling. We have a 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is, there's an ending here that's it's the ending of something that was painful, sharp. Could have been something family related. 10 of Cups, though. Okay, we've got either the end of some feuding that our character is manifesting. We have the reconnection between family members, the whole group. We have harmony that our character is manifesting. We have got the Knight of Coins, and we've got the 5 of Coins. And hang on, we need our 5th card here before we see the whole story. Ooh, we got 2. We have the World card and the Moon. Boy, we have got endings and beginnings coming out 3 times. 2 10s and the World. So we got big cycles. This is a character who's like, I am so not afraid of change. Bring me the change. Bring me the unknown. I can weather it. Because what I know is that change is a necessary part of life. Ending cycles that are painful, getting things back on track. I want to focus more on love than on conflict. So if there's conflict, I'm willing to bury the hatchet. I want to operate in the space of love. I want to be, if I had family members that I was in conflict with, I want to let them know I love you regardless of what the dealio is. We can still be in each other's worlds. This is more important. This is like extended family members, whatever, in-laws, our children's spouses and partners, whatever it is. It says what matters more is that, we actually have harmony around us. What matters more is if you love this person, then I'm going to have to find a way to love this person too, or, vice versa. It just feels really like, why create conflict when we could spend our energy doing something valuable? And as our character moves forward with that intention, because I do think that they're very, very determined to create better cycles in life, which is fantastic. We see them very realistic about it, though. They don't believe that life is going to be peaches and cream, and they're not trying to pretend that it will. They're like, you know what? We can still, in the big scheme of things, I'm going to manifest less energy on conflict, more energy on peace, but there will also be things in life that there's going to be relationships that I let go of too, that I move on from, but not because of hatred or anger. I'm going to let go of things that really were kind of leaving me cold anyway. So I think this is a character who's simplifying their relationships. They're categorizing what's salvageable from what isn't, but they're not doing any of it with like, oh, I'm going to call you a terrible person. I never will talk to you again. This is somebody who's like, no, I'm going to like wean myself out of connections that maybe are not bringing about positivity. And then I know we're not going to see eye to eye, but I don't want to do it with anger. On the other hand, other relationships are absolutely the ones that I care about. So why would I have so much conflict with them? It just feels like this is a character who's really looking at the kinds of situations that they have control over, how they can, what do they really want out of any particular connection? If they're people they want to hang on to, they'll hang on to them and just develop better connections. If there's people that they need to let go of, they'll slowly let go of it, but it doesn't have to be with, fanfare and, fireworks. Then these last 2 cards, we talk about the mystery of love and romance. I feel like we have a character who is manifesting a really lovely romantic partnership. And even if they're like, maybe I haven't met that person yet, but I actually have a very strong suspicion that that exists for me because I came to this planet to enjoy exploring life and love and every kind of relationship that you can have and learning how to navigate relationships. And I think I'm pretty ready to have a really wonderful long term, like happily ever after. This is very much about, starting a new chapter with love. So if our character wants to like deepen a connection with a partner, they're like, you know what? I have a feeling that this can be the love story of a lifetime. Or if I want to meet someone, I feel like I'm looking for something really special, something where it's like it's you and me choosing each other. I don't know exactly how this is all going to go, but I can feel in my spidey senses that it's out there for me. I would agree because this is a character who's they take their time to really think about relationships and to really not they don't front, they don't play any games. They want a solid relationship. They want to be on good terms with people they care about, and that matters so much that they really put that thought out there. And then I think that they act on it. They actually, put in the caring and, diminish drama. So a very beautiful character. All right, next up we have Ophiuchus 2555. Our Ophiuchus winner is NoorA. All right, here we go, NoorA. I'm going to pull 5 cards for a fictional storytelling. This is all about what a character is manifesting. We have got a 3 of Cups. We got the Chariot. This starts out with somebody saying, you know what? I'm hearing that song, We Are Family. I got all my sisters with me. This is somebody who's like, I don't have to look far and wide to be able to have a place that feels like home, to have friendship, camaraderie. I feel like this is a character. It's not like they're unwilling to grow or move forward, but they don't really see a need to when they kind of have all their needs being met in their current environment. And they're just kind of like, yeah, I'm manifesting more of that. We have the Hermit as well, Virgo energy. And by the way, Cancerian preceded that. We have a Page of Cups. We have a 9 of Cups. We have the Devil, and we have the 8 of Swords. You know what? I'm only laughing because this character seems to be so savvy. They're so spot on. They're like, look, I don't need to go anywhere or leave anywhere to have success, and I damn sure don't need to go anywhere or leave anywhere to go get myself into trouble if that's what I want to do. I can find all the trouble I want in my own backyard. This is not a character who's like they know that they make their own heaven or hell. This is a character who's so straightforward. They're like, it's always kind of me picking what I want to do. I go after what makes me happy. And sometimes what makes me happy is something that gets me a little bit stuck. Sometimes I get a little lusty. Sometimes I really, go after the thing that I want, not necessarily the thing that's going to be the best for me. But you know what? I own it. And I know that I have the power to create whatever I want. If I want to be super happy and engage with people that are around me in the town that I live in, I have plenty of support. I have plenty of kindness around me. I don't need to go looking for a better life. I actually already have it. It's what I decide. It's how much I choose to engage, and it's who I choose to engage with. I kind of think that this character has somebody that they care about, somebody that they love, somebody that they know that they could get themselves into a romance if they wanted. They could get themselves into a lighthearted romance or a lusty romance. This can go as far as they want something to go. This can be as toxic as they want, or this can be as wonderful as they want. I kind of think that this character knows that they manifest everything from when they want a ton of like socialization, they get it. When they want to be left alone, their phone doesn't ring. When they want love and passion and something friendship and sweet, they find it. When they want to get into a little trouble, well, they can do that too. This is a character who might have just unlocked the fact that they're like, you know what? My mood and what I go looking for is exactly what I find. I kind of think this is a character who knows I'm really like a powerful manifester because whatever mood I'm in, that's what I wind up getting. But that's both good. And I think once our character like fully embraces that, it's so funny because number one, I would actually say that always seems to be true for me. Like if I'm whatever mood I'm in, that's probably what I'm going to be gravitating toward. I create what's going to happen in my life based off of, my actions. But I just think that this character is like, they're so aware of when they're in the mood for like trouble or when they're in the mood for this or that. And they have just acknowledged it. This kind of feels like somebody, like I'm chuckling over this one because they know and they don't pull any punches about it. They're like, oh yeah, I got myself into that bit of trouble. Yeah, I knew that they were really pretty. They were really attractive. I kind of knew that it, was going to be a little bit complicated if I tangoed with them, but I had to. I don't know. This feels like a cute character who just accepts that in life, what they sign up for, they signed up for it. Like it's kind of funny, it's kind of sweet, and it's also very empowered. But it keeps this character like honest and responsible and making good choices or owning it if they want to have a little bit of, fun on the side or whatever. They own that. Like I did that. Yeah, I kind of did that. I don't know. It just feels lighthearted though. It doesn't feel like tension or hurt or toxicity or fears. This is just a character who just lives life kind of with a like an upfront kind of like gusto. Very nice, actually. All right, next up, we have our Aries winner coming in at 3025. That is Katie Lesher. All right, Katie Lesher, my dear, let's go ahead and get you a 5-card fictional storytelling all about manifestation. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, we need one more. We've got a couple of major arcana. 2 of them make that 3. Okay, so what is our character manifesting in this storyline? We start out with the 6 of Swords. Moving on from apparently the Devil, because the Devil is the sideways card. And hang on, some of those folk don't have all the clothes on, so we'll cover them. Our character is manifesting moving on from something that was stressful or something that was painful, someone that was fairly difficult to deal with, something that they felt brought chaos into their life. And frankly, something that they also wanted because it was salty sweet, right? It was like, this is not great for me, but man, there were some good times. But then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Our character's like, yeah, but why don't I choose more good, more sweet than salty? If I have the opportunity to say something was quite exhausting and was quite toxic, and I know I should move on from it, even though there's some elements of it that I liked. This is like saying I can love somebody, but oh man, we were kind of chaotic together, but there's so many great traits in them, but they have this vice or they have this, addiction or something like that complicates things and it makes things less than awesome. And I really would like to not have the 50% of the time or 30% of the time that's so not awesome, when instead, why don't I manifest something that's maybe like 90% awesome? Let me go ahead. I think this is the right time for me to, in this case with the 4 of Swords followed by the Tower, it's the right time for me to heal, because I think that our character is aware that things are moving in their favor, but they have to be a willing participant in leaning into the next chapter of their life. If they already said, maybe this toxic person has actually moved on, maybe they're out of our character's life, and this could be anything. This could be, man, I had such a toxic job and then it turns out the business closed. This is my chance to get a new job. Oh my God, this feels amazing. But you know what? Let me give myself a couple days to just breathe, get some sleep, rework my resume. And then I don't want to go back to I don't want to go find some other toxic job. I want to find something better. This is my chance to maybe change career paths. The Tower is a wonderful card. It frees us from confinement. And I think that honestly, I think this character called this in. To have 5 cards and 3 of them are major arcana, I think that our character has wanted a change. They brought the change in, and now they've got all the freedom to kind of like say, all right, universe, I asked for this. I asked for something better. I want to be really, really open to whatever is going to be better for me. Like we have a character who's sitting here like at the train station and we see this whole map that she's sleeping under. I feel like this character is asking the universe, I was brave enough to let go of something. I'm brave enough to say, help show me what the next best chapter is of my life. Where am I supposed to be? What career should I have? What town should I live in? Show me the path, universe, because I'm open. As long as it's going to be in my greatest and highest good, I'm open. Show me the path and I'll work with the signs, the symbols. I'll work with the opportunities because I really want what's best for me. I've already had toxic and I'm powerful enough to have moved on from toxic. So now I'm ready for the best, but help me see what the best is. help bring me in whatever the best is. And I just feel like this character is so because it is the right time of their life, and because they're so open to this, they're not closed minded. They are very anytime we see a whole map, I'm like, oh, this person is willing to any great suggestion, anything that sounds like, I could see that working. Yeah, that sounds appealing. That sounds healthy. That sounds like a good choice. It sounds like a good fit for me. Yes, I will put effort into that. Show me whatever it is. You know, they always say that something always comes up just when we need it. And I feel like that's what this message is like our character, something will come up just when it's the right time and it'll be just right for them. But they're very welcoming of the newness. All right, next up, we have our Sag winner coming in at 3514. Our Sag winner is Sarah Align. Here we go. Thank you guys so much for being here, everybody. Courtney, thank you, love. All right, so here we go. Sarah Align. Ooh, I wanted to get 5 cards for a manifestation storytelling. We got 6. Okay, so hang on. Let's get these cards. I want to keep them in order of how they appeared. Oh, very nice. Okay, so they kind of did come out in like little clusters of 2. It was like they kind of like laid on top of each other. So we start out with the Wheel of Fortune and the 6 of Cups in the reverse. The next 2 is the 6 of Swords in the reverse and the Knight of Cups upright. And then we have the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups upright to round this out. So in this storyline, our character is manifesting the end of like a lesson. They're not trying to call back in things from their past, lessons that they already learned. They're not lost in nostalgia. They're ready for the wheel to turn in their favor. And I really think it's because they're over some lesson of the past, whether it was a soulmate, whether it was, because this can be a soulmate card, whether it was a lover, whether it was a group of friends, whether it was a town that they used to live in, whether it was a job that they used to work at. They're ready for the next segment of their life to begin. Now, the only thing here is that this character is not like, oh, I just wanted to be really placid, really peaceful. There's nothing here that says that I had a terrible past. It actually says, no, I just grew beyond a few things. I don't need to go out and find a more peaceful life or find some place to be happy. It's that I actually outgrew some things. The lesson is complete. It would be like, when we're done with college, we don't need to stay in college. We got our degree. Now we get to move on, and we're not mad at our professors, and we're not angry at our, college friends, and we're not leaving because we're unhappy. We're leaving because we learned the lesson. And now we're not out looking like, oh my God, I'm so wounded. I have to find peace. We're like, no, I totally did the lesson I signed up for. It got the degree. I actually really love my life, and I'm actually really just ready to walk through that next door. I feel like this is a person who has graduated. Now, admittedly, the way they look at all of this is so positive. Maybe their experience wasn't that positive, but in their mind, they're like, that's what life's all about. It's just lessons. I don't look at stuff as bad or good. I look at it as, that was a tough lesson, but I got through it, aced the paper, and I can move on from it. This feels like our character is so in love with their life, and they're so connected to like their divine intuition, that this is exactly the way it needed to go. They had to get through this chapter of life in order to move into their next chapter. Just like we got to get our degree before we can go out and get the job. It's just more matter of fact. But I feel like our character is so like able to accept that what I've gone through, I learned everything there was to learn. I aced that freaking test. I got the memos. I got it all squared away. And now I'm happier than I've ever been, but I can also sense that the next, like when we get the degree that we wanted in the field that we wanted, and now we can start going out and making some good money, and we actually love the career path that we trained for. That's basically what we see here. I'm not saying this is about career, because this is more about emotions. It's about a happy life, and it's about a fulfilling, like, emotional life. But we certainly have a character who's looks at everything they've been through as, I was in the classroom and now I'm the professional. And I can sense that I made all these good choices for myself, because where I am right now, I'm moving in the right direction. Sky's the limit. I'm going to land exactly the life that I want to have, or exactly the job that I want to have. Very exciting for this character. They have not made any fumbles or any mistakes at all. Everything that they've done were the lessons that they needed to absorb so they could move forward into this next chapter. Very exciting. All right, next up, we have got our Taurus winner coming in at 3931, and our Taurus winner is Chastity Harris. All right, here we go. Chastity, let me go ahead and grab, I want to do a 5-card pull. Hang on, I need 2 more for you. This is just to take a look at whatever our character is manifesting. Looking at the time also. Yeah, we'll do this one and then I'm going to have to adjust something real quick. All right, so Chastity, here we go. We have got the Star, strong Aquarius energy. We have got the Queen of Swords, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and this is somebody who's really connected to their ancestor. We've got the Two of Wands, there's a card of choice. We have got the Six of Cups, nostalgia, soulmate energy, and then the Six of Wands, super empowered energy. So the thing that our character seems to be manifesting for themselves, from what I can tell, is they've got the acknowledgement that maybe, because both of these cards talk about somebody who's like creme de la creme, best of the best. Now we could have a character who is acknowledging, I perhaps am seeking somebody who is like really, really talented, but I also may have attracted somebody who's seeking somebody really, really talented. The way I'm looking at them and the way they're looking at me could be one and the same. We could realize that the reason we are vibing and, jiving is because we both see each other as like, wow, I'm so impressed by you. Wow, I'm so impressed by you. This could be that our character is basically manifesting like, let's say working for the A team or having a romantic partner that is like someone they're just so thrilled to be with, and vice versa. It's very much a two-way street. Like we are in sync with each other. I pick them, they pick me. The Two of Wands is I stand here at a crossroads and I ask myself, what choice do I want to make? I want to choose the best for myself. Well, they want to choose the best for themselves. And guess what? They're both choosing each other. I love the fact that this feels like a character who's manifesting like the kind of relationship where we treat each other like emperors and empresses. We treat each other like, you are the best thing I've come across. That's why I'm picking you, because I love these traits that you have. I love the talents that you possess. And they mirror that right back. This is what I've been looking for. I waited until I met somebody like you because I've been looking for somebody who feels like a soulmate, somebody who is, honest, and somebody I can really converse with, somebody that, I feel guided. I finally found the person I was looking for. I talked to the ancestors, I wanted to make sure that I'm being honest with myself. I like these things. I have respect for my partner, and I know I'm dealing with a partner who has respect for me in the same exact way. This really feels more about relationships to me, that we have a character really, truly understanding how to manifest, what would be the most successful relationship in their life. For me, it would be being highly respected and giving that incredible respect in return. This is very much like individual, like respect, seeing each other as accomplished individuals, but also like being drawn to each other for those reasons. I love the fact that a character knows like what their partnership would look like and feel like that would really click and feel nice. Okay, hang on just a second. Before I go to the next winner, I have to do one thing, because I actually don't know what would happen if I am live streaming and simultaneously have the today's topic video come out at midnight. So I have to make sure that one's not going to come out at midnight so that we don't have a conflict. Just a second, and I will be right back in. Okay. Now we should be safe, because I don't know that I can have two things running at once like that. Okay, now back on into the stories we go. So for Aquarius, coming in at 4350. Aquarius, the winner is lizziebehere. And so Lizzie, let me go ahead and we're going to get 5 cards for the kind of like a fictional storytelling, but all focused on what a character is manifesting. We've got the first 3 out. Hang on just a second. We'll go through them, but let me get the next 2. Hi, guys. Great to see you, everybody. And then we've got, ooh, Ace of Cups and Nine of Cups. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. We start with the Two of Wands, followed by a Page of Cups, followed by a Page of Swords. Then we get to the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so one thing I'm going to say is that our character is on a journey right now. We don't have any major arcana. So this is a character who's still in the midst of, even for themselves, they're in the midst of manifesting, having more choices available to themselves, navigating like the winding pathways of life. Pages are our messengers, and we have two of them right away, right? We've got that Page of Cups and we got the Page of Swords. For this character to say, I'm manifesting choices in my life, choices that I get to decide. I want to make sure that I pick what genuinely makes me happy. I wonder if this is a character who, for too long, had to just grit their teeth and do what had to be done, and it didn't leave them any choice for personal self-expression. It didn't leave them any time for picking who they wanted to talk to, who they wanted to spend time with, how they wanted to spend their free time. And finally, this character is like, this is me time now. I've manifested the opportunity to pick and choose the path that I want in life. Now, this could also be a character who's like, I would like to meet multiple wonderful people. And this doesn't have to be for love. Let's say I would like to manifest having different friends from different walks of life that can teach me different things. And I'll decide, on Thursdays, I want to hang out with this friend and go kayaking. And on, every other Sunday of the month, I want to go food tasting with my friend who's a total foodie. And I'm finally going to be the person who gets to choose where I spend my time. All of this, it feels more like a character has manifested like a private life, a personal life. This almost feels like an empty nester or somebody who finally can put their happiness first. And it's like, what does make me happy? Well, I like to explore a little bit. I like to do some things that I want. This could be a character who's going to manifest getting to choose where they want to go on a vacation, getting to choose, where they would like to go to dinner and have a little bit more like, financial freedom to pick what they want. I just feel like our character is manifesting having a slightly easier life that has more layers of personal choice in it. This doesn't feel like it's like, oh, I'm going to like move to this place in the world or that place in the world. This is more like a person has manifested for themselves, their own enjoyment, the opportunity to pick what they want finally. I'm kind of picturing, how like moms give up a lot of their energy. Any parent, any person who loves somebody else and sees them as like, I'm the nurturer, so I need to give to you, they give up a lot of their personal autonomy, a lot of their personal time. And I feel like finally this character is getting some of that back. And they're like, I get to pick for me. This is really nice to be able to pick for me. I haven't been able to do this maybe in 18 years, and now my kids are grown, and I can pick for me what I want to do. I think this feels really fun, and it feels like this is this character's time to finally have a really enjoyable next chapter of their life, and that's what they seem to be manifesting. All right, next we will go to Scorpio, coming at 4757. All right, Michelle Tressel is our winner for the Scorpio segment, and so Michelle, we're going to go ahead and do a 5-card pull for just a fictional story where we check in and see what is our character manifesting here. Let's take a look. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Six of Wands. Okay. Power. Our character is manifesting like possibly anything from becoming more visible to more respected to having greater success, abandoning hurt, pain, sadness, missed opportunities, letting go of that kind of energy. 5 of Cups in the reverse says, I don't really want anything to cry over. I want to step into the light. I want to have maybe even step into the limelight. I want to be known for the thing I do really well. I don't really care to have opportunities in my life that only lead me to heartbreak. I want success now. I want to like kind of manifest my destiny of being successful. We have got a Knight of Cups in the reverse, and we have the World card upright. Very big change. I don't see this as a character who's trying to manifest a new romantic partner as much as they're just working on I have these hopes and dreams. I have these plans in my life. And in the next 6 months, I just really want to put my head into it and make some things happen for me. I can't wait to have this success. I can't wait to take this trip. I can't wait to, be recognized for all my hard work. This could be somebody who's just set a goal. I do feel like it's like a 6 month goal. And they're like, in 6 months, nobody's going to recognize me. In 6 months, I'm going to be the best salesperson on the team. And in 6 months, I'm going to have, these different things that I've accomplished. I really feel like this character is full steam ahead. This could be somebody who's hitting the gym. This could be somebody who's, doing some transformation. This could be somebody who's like, I am determined to like better something in my life. And I'm just going to literally put my head down and it's my glow up time. And in 6 months, my glow up is going to be massive and it's going to open new doors for me. And I just got to push right now, but I've manifested doing this on purpose. I do not see that this character is hurting over love stories. I don't think they're missing partners. I think that they're really dialed in. This feels like somebody very focused on what they're changing in their life. I kind of think that this could be somebody who's also saving money because she has a little acorn hat on, but they're into this. They are jazzed about this. And I feel like, when we get that one track mind, this is when we get really, really, really successful. We focus and then we make it happen. That's where this character is at. This person's going to make their mark, whatever their mark is, whatever they wanted to set for themselves. It's like they're very streamlined right now. All right, next up, let's go to Gemini. Gemini coming in at 5111, and this is Luminita Dragomir. So Luminita, thank you for being here. We're going to do a 5-card fictional storytelling, and we're going to take a look at whatever, we got more than 5 here, whatever a character is manifesting. And I lost my ring. We have a 3 of Swords sideways. Okay, so we have a character manifesting like letting go of a hurt, a pain. We have the Death card. Wow, definitely letting go. Scorpio energy. We have a character that is manifesting getting fully beyond a loss, a betrayal, a heartbreak, and really, truly like, sometimes we never forget things, but it no longer has the power to hurt us anymore. And that's where I think our character is at. That's what they're manifesting. 8 of Wands. Definitely a more active life. They're manifesting possibly somebody moving also, because we have 2 very different environments here. We have the big jungle and then we have a concrete jungle, right? We have all these cars in this, city street scene. And here we have, this kind of like rural setting in the like a rainforest or a jungle. So I feel like our character wants this juxtaposition of their life. They want to change something pretty big in their life. 9 of Pentacles. They could be moving. This could be a character who is, wrapping up a chapter of their life where it's like, what? I've had some good times, but I also had some painful times in this town, this city. I'm actually kind of ready to go someplace new. This could be somebody who's like ending one job or moving to a different side of town or moving to a different town altogether, but they might be doing it for a job, or they're pretty confident that they're going to find a much better job. We have Ace of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. I'm not saying our character is trying to make their life better so that they make somebody else jealous, but I will say a little bit of that. I don't mean it in a mean way, but I think this character is saying, you know what? I've had enough, unhappiness. What I want now is I want to get beyond this. I want to change some things. I want to make some positive implementations in my own life because I can see it. I can taste it. I can be way more successful. I can have way more financial success, and I will find love. But I do need to shake up the situation that I've been in. I need to get away from some of the old memories. It really feels like a character who is manifesting a pretty big life overhaul. But what's so crazy is they are actually manifesting somebody else who could be a karmic, who they're like, you know what? Maybe this person didn't believe in me. That's one of the other great motivators for me to actually have my best life. Maybe this person, this could have been anybody. This could be just, we all have some nemesis out there, right? Even if we're not looking for one, there's always somebody out there who's going to consider themselves, like they're our arch enemy. And it's just like, I wasn't your enemy, but you decided that I was always in competition with you. Well, I wasn't, but you know what? I am going to go ahead and go after my best life. And yes, I know that'll probably burn you up, but that's okay. That's fine. What I care about now is manifesting my best life. For me, I deserve love, I deserve greatness, I deserve success, and I'm going to go to the place where I can have this. It really does feel like our character is manifesting um, a pretty big shift, though, because I keep getting like a different location, and that's when everything changes. This could be as simple as I don't stay on the block that I work on when I go on my lunch break anymore. I go to a little diner that's a block and a half around the opposite direction. I like to go this other place, and now that I go this other place, I meet other people and I build other bonds, and it turns out I meet the love of my life, and they were always around the block, but two blocks this direction instead of the old place I used to go. Sometimes all we have to do is shake up our routine, and it brings in this influx of better energy, better friendships. Certainly better to put some distance between ourselves and somebody that is, maybe very highly competitive. I keep getting highly competitive from a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, feminine. It feels like this person thinks something of theirs is going to be stolen, when in fact, I think that they were the ones who are causing a ruckus. I just see that our lead character is manifesting getting beyond stress, getting away from somebody who's problematic, but they do know that as they do that and their life improves, it will eventually, either through the grapevine, this jealous person will hear about it and it will irritate them. But you know what? Sometimes it's the way karma goes. If they were already causing trouble and now they're going to be jealous just because our character is starting to, improve their lives, that doesn't feel like a very nice thing, to be mad that somebody else's life is going better. So, oh well, I guess if they're going to be jealous, they're going to be jealous. That's more like an acknowledgement, like this character already knows somebody's going to be jealous of them as they manifest better for themselves. But I don't think, I mean, why would our character stop manifesting the best for themselves just so somebody who's in a karmic behavior won't be so jealous? I don't think that even matters. But no, it definitely feels like we have a character that's going to be doing extremely well in life. All right. And then last but not least, for Cancer, our winner comes in at 5706, and that is James O'Connell. So here we go. Here we go. So James, we are doing a 5-card fictional storytelling about whatever our character is manifesting. We have Queen of Wands. We have Ace of Swords. We have Wheel of Fortune. We have 7 of Cups. And hang on, we need one more here. This is looking good. Really good, because okay, we just got two final cards, not just one. Justice card, Judgment card. Oh, and we've got the big old monolith, the Great Mystery. I love this. Is one of my favorite depictions I've ever seen of Stonehenge. I don't know. I just love the fact that we've got this, beautiful crimson like sunset. Okay, so how this one starts, our character is obviously manifesting, I think, from this mindset of, I got something everybody else wants. Now, it doesn't matter if our character is masculine or feminine, they are alluring the way a feminine is. So the feminine energy is going to be the energy of the moon. So it's a gravitational pull. And you notice how there's all these dudes behind her, like, who's she with? Who's she with? Can I go talk to her? Yeah, everybody wants to be around her. She's the magnet here. Our character is kind of like projecting that magnetism. They are the person that is drawing things to them right now. It doesn't matter. We're not talking about genders. We're talking about somebody is playing the role of, through their maybe their aura is really bright right now and a lot of people want to gravitate toward them. Maybe there's individuals that are interested in being around them because of their talents, their charisma, or their intellect. But it's interesting because our character is manifesting being the magnet, but then they're also manifesting with that Ace of Swords, having the wisdom to know either who to like blossom for, who to open up to, what situation to say yes to. And I think it's that there's a lot of opportunities. You notice how with this dream catcher, we have this jar full of dreams. We have all the feathers of the dream catcher around. We have all the stars, all the lightning bugs. This is like a character is going to get everything that they asked for, but the trick then is going to be to figure out, okay, wow, I asked for stuff. I wanted to become the magnet, but now everything's coming to me. It's like when you flip on the MRI machine at a hospital and it's like, if you got anything metal anywhere in that room, it's all going to go right toward that MRI machine because it's a massive magnet. That's what our character is recognizing. Like, on one hand, I want to be that powerful, but then I got to have the wisdom to know what I want and what I want to say no to and what I want to say yes to. Because the Seven of Cups says there's going to be a lot of options. This character wants the options, but they want the wisdom to know what to pick. So it's kind of awesome because I think this is a character who's figured out they don't just want to be somebody that is a massive attractor. The quality of what they attract is important too. Now, I will say there is a little bit of an element of, I wouldn't mind if everybody wants me, but I can tell a few people no, because we got that justice card. I'm not saying our character is manifesting like, I want to be in the position to be like, no to you, and I flick this little thing away and I flick that away. I'm not saying that they're wanting to like insult people or rub somebody's nose in the fact that like, hey, I've got all these options and you ain't one of them. You know, I'm not saying rude like that exactly, because there is this making peace with things as well. The Judgment is about forgiveness. I do feel like this character is manifesting, though, a lot better for themselves than the way they might have been treated by somebody else. And that, when, you know, sometimes all it takes is for us to manifest better for ourselves, and then that allows us to say, okay, now the hurt that somebody else caused me, I'm not upset about it. It doesn't sting the same way because look at all of this abundance that I have. God, I got more than I know what to do with. I can let go of a hurt or a pain because the rest of my life has blossomed so heavily. You know, I learned how to be an attractor of beautiful things, great things. I've had plenty of choices to make. I'm able to kind of pick at my whimsy. I'm trying to make great decisions about what I want because so many things want to be in my life. And you know what? That is healing or soothing some other part of me, something that felt like it was unfair. I can now really let go of that. So I feel like this character is kind of manifesting two things at once, right? Options, opportunities, and the wisdom to know how best to utilize all of these things that are coming at them. But then also, they're manifesting being able to let go of something that was admittedly unfair, painful. They want to be free of this. They want to, like, I think, just not carry a burden with them, especially if it was of somebody who they perceived as like, you know, well, that person didn't really treat me that good. But you know what? Who knows what they were going through. Hopefully they've done some soul searching. Hopefully they figure out why they did what they did. But I'm manifesting letting this whole thing go. And I really feel like that's, you know, forgiving what happened so that we can move on from it and not care about it anymore is like, I mean, I'll say it this way, even though it sounds really catty, but I always say the best revenge is to forget. When we can let go of something instead of stay harboring or be upset with somebody that hurt us, it's like, well, actually, how amazing is that? Like, what a supreme, you know, I dismiss you. You're not even a footnote in the big autobiography of my life. That's a way more like flex move than carrying a wound, thinking about somebody who did us, you know, unjustly, and then, you know, putting their name in our life story. This is like, nah, I think it's time I just let this one go. Maybe anyway, maybe they had their own set of problems. I can release them. They're not really a cliff note in my big life story. My life story is filled with way more mystery and adventure, and I can definitely see a lot better things coming into my life anyway. I haven't got time to harbor hard feelings because I got more stuff on my plate. I got to figure out where am I going to put all this damn abundance that I just manifested? You know, it's really good that I think our character is like concurrently letting go of hurt and pain and bringing in so much positivity. I think that this is a big turning point for them in like achieving what they want learning, how to draw things to them. I always think there's two different ways to manifest. We project or we attract. And in this storyline, this is a character attracting what they want and then releasing the things that they no longer have space for, like hurt, pain, or injustice. Just making peace with things, letting things go. That's great because it's going to free up a lot more space for all of this positive stuff that they have flooding into their lives. That's very awesome. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you, everybody. It's really good to see you guys tonight. I know it's late. I'm going to go ahead and release the other Courtney, Jade, you sweetheart. I'm going to go ahead and release the today's topic video, and then at 5 a.m. the signs and symbols video will come out. All right, everybody. Great to see you. Hey, Violet, you didn't know how to enter into this? Oh, sweetheart, any of the Z0diac videos that I had posted already this week, I mentioned in every single video, all of them, all 13. I had mentioned that, if you just want to mention something that you're actively manifesting in your life, drop it in the comments. I turned on the comments on all of the different zodiacs this week. Then tonight I was going to go through and just randomly, wherever my finger lands, that would be the person that wins, and then I would do a card pull for that person. So anyway, you might have missed the zodiac videos though this week, sweetie. So that's okay though. There will be another time. Thank you again, Kayla. Nikki, oh, wonderful to see you. Universal, thanks for being here. Hello. Rare Lestrange, thank you for popping in. Anisha Chatu, Don G, Sexy Senator Sag. Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry you're having a rough week, babe. I hope it gets so much better. So much better. You deserve that. I hope you do something sweet for you, something uplifting. I'm glad you're here. San Juanita, awesome to see you. Sexy Senator Sag, you like the yellow? It's yellow. My sister gave me this shirt, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, I think. And I was like, this is a good time to wear it. Teresa Autry, thanks so much for hanging with me. It's a weird little mishmash. My little crazy painting that I did on cardboard. And then I got this, it actually has holes in it, but it's like just a very colorful tablecloth. And then of course I did buy some marigold garland because gotta have that, it's good luck, or well, positive vibes, I should say. And so in Nepal, right around September, October, they have a Hindu festival where they celebrate dogs and thank dogs for being our loyal companions. And I thought that was so sweet and so nice that I wanted to kind of use some of that, because this week is the week that I got my Aries 4 years ago. And so I kind of manifested him, and he was a really beautiful gift in my life. So I just wanted to celebrate, and honor dog. And so I kind of was bringing in a little homage to the different, that cultural aspect, and then my own crazy artwork. And I just wanted it colorful and bright and something that, I don't know, Aries makes my life very funny and very different and very sweet. So this was my thank you to him. And thank you to you guys for making my life really good too. You guys, really appreciate all of you. All right, I'm going to timestamp these for our winners, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much, Jules. Oh, that's really awesome. Courtney, Jade, you did the same for your kitty, Nyx. That's awesome. Happy birthday to her. Yes, that is the painting, the crazy. Well, I've got other painting stuff that's going on right now too, but this was just a bizarre art thing. I'm painting a house right now too, but that's separate. This was just a silly, I had an hour and 40 minutes, and I was like, let me see what I can do with this chunk of cardboard. So yeah. All right, you guys, sweet dreams. Contented Tiger, great to see you, love. All right, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.